Let's do a quick video. I want to basically start doing our server stuff, but I do need a few things. I need to do some image metadata first. I went ahead and also I set up like some of the S3 stuff, but I had to do this myself because, or off camera, because there was a lot of credential stuff that had to work around with it, and I just had no idea how to do this. So had some I use Codex to see if kind of load this up and have an abstraction, but from here I would try to do for my own the image stuff first, then we'll get into our processor, which will interact with both our S3 and get about ID thing here. So but first let me do this. We need an ID. Let's do this. We need an ID. We also need a user ID, which is essentially the owner, I guess. Owner. Then we have our bucket. We don't need that, because I think that's mainly the other thing we have. Another thing is object key, right? So original. So that is like where it's gonna be stored. So we'll do that object key. It's probably oops, didn't mean to do that. Probably string or text. And then content type. Well, okay, I forgot that this is Go, not Python. Or not Python, or like... Wait, I forgot. Is this how we do it? I forgot. We need to JSON Marshall. Okay. So this is the equivalent of ID. User ID. Object key. We'll do I think content type. I probably should have all of this like this, because there should be exportable content type, and then create it at, I think time.time. I think, I don't know what the other abstractions they used. That's string. Who cares? Okay. String. Oops. So string. JSON. Do created at. Perfect. Another thing here. So this is our image model here, and we'll have operations. It'll be able to like help with that. So we'll do some basic ones. We'll do get by ID, delete by ID, and I actually view ID. I don't know if I'm able to do that, but well, actually, let's just do string. So get by ID is this query. Some basic queries here, right? Select from select from images where ID equals the first argument. Well, I guess select all the fields where that thing does, and then we'll do something like sessions here. Storage, nope. Users, this is probably the next one. Okay, so query insert, nope. Yep, there it is. probably need to do that as well. Oh my god, I have to do that as well. What is images here? I have to pass in context. Do this stuff here, and then okay, now we can do the scanning. u.db query context row query and username dot scan, and then we pass in. Okay, perfect. So we do, let's get by the images here. Query. So it was like u.db dot, well, of course there could be error here. It's not equal nil. Return error. u.db query query row context. Okay. Oh my god, I'm gonna freaking die. Okay, query that. It's about that. Query i.db.query row context, the context and query, then the ID. Of course, we'll create an image here of type image dot scan image dot ID user ID object key, and then object key, then content type, then created at. And then return no. Or I think we should return the user, not the user, the image. Fuck, I should have specified this better. I was like, pointer to an image to this. Should be nil. This should be nil. Storage.go. This should return an image. Force it. This. Okay, let's also do the delete real quick. It's probably pretty easy. Query. I forgot how to do that though. Let me look up the Gopher. Storage. Let's do. Yeah, let's do here. Query or delete. Yeah, there it is. So it's delete from images where ID equals 1, and then context cancel context dot with timeout, pass in the context, query time and duration. No, we don't need that. Actually, yeah, we do need that. Query time and duration. Cancel. Of course, defer that to the end. Oh, with timeout. There you go. Now I can do res error s or i.db dot execute context query, then the ID. If error does not return error, if res dot, okay, rows error this equals res dot rows affected. If error does not equal return error. And then so if rows dot equals 0, rows error, rows not found, and then okay, so did not find record with that. Alright, there you go. So now we go back here. So we have those implemented. Of course, I need to return new. Okay, that's some basic CRUD right here, right? Now probably should make one more thing actually, and then I'll call it a day. I probably should do a create, right? Context dot context. Probably a few things, right? Object, probably a string. I don't think I need to return anything. So let's actually create that real quick. Images. Create context dot context. Probably we need the user ID, object key, string, and no, hold on. Content type. Yep, content type. Type all string, and that's all we need to share. So error, and then we'll do like a query here. First off, let me fix the storage. Oops, storage. Okay, did not find record with that ID. Okay, now I need one more string for the just the content thing. Okay, so now we have that. So we have query here. Okay, so insert into images. First off, let me actually create that really quickly. Call this images. We'll have ID of type UUID, right? Right, that's the ID of that, and the user ID. So we'll do created it. That's perfect. Column. Put this here. So we'll do user ID of UUID, and then add a foreign key from the tables of users of their. So the basically user ID maps to ID. Cascade. I like the cascade option because, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. There's no reason to keep their stuff if their profile's deleted, but I don't really care. Anyways. And then we need to do another one. Let's do, object key of probably text. And then we'll do another one. We'll do content type. Another one. Yep, add column. And then, nope, that's all we need. So let's call this metadata for content, metadata for stored. Okay, that's all we need from that. And query insert images where how do I do that again? Let's do the tiny URL. Insert into URL. Okay, the insert into images of the values that we want to put in, which is their user ID or user ID, object key, and content type. And then we'll say values 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, returning the ID and created at. And then we'll do, let's just copy all of these. Alright, we'll do all this here, and then of course we gotta change this to var image. The user ID, object key, content type, and then we put the ID and created at here. There it is. Okay. This is some boilerplate stuff that we could write, but anyways, that's good enough for today. See you guys tomorrow.